How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin with Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. Have a great show today. Y'all always hear me say I have one of my favorite people on the show, but this time for real, y'all. This is one of my favorite people on the show today. Tory, I've been knowing him for a very long time. He has some amazing things he's doing, some product lines, and I mean, I can go through a list of things that he has going on, but today we're just going to talk about the product line, and then the next time Tory's going to come in studio, and we have some other things to talk about. Tory, tell them a little bit about yourself, man, who you are and what you're doing.
Okay, my name is Tory Joyner. I am the owner and designer of Clasiks Apparel. It's an apparel brand that I made up myself, along with some talented individuals throughout my apparel years. So, but Clasiks is pretty much how I came up with the idea of it, is just kind of bringing the old school and the new school together, and bringing something that everybody can relate to, but also respect moving forward into the future. It teaches each and every one of us those memorable times and great times that not just only in just life, but just to represent it in clothing. And when people see the word Clasiks, it's kind of noticeable, but we want to put a switch to it and just put a little bit of a different kind of like twist. So the way that you see it spelled is just kind of a little bit unorthodox, but you still understand what it means. And that's because it's bringing the past and the present together. Mm-hmm. So you got to have it look kind of futuristic, but also keep that classic taste to it.
Man, when you first came up with this logo, I mean, this has to be the most unique logo that I've seen on any brand of clothing or anything, period. First of all, you spelled it with the C's. Just the whole C and not the K and the I, the regular way Classic is spelled. It's unique to me, and which one is my favorite. Now, what all do you have? I know the images up there, so you can see the T-shirts and the shoes and the hats. Is anything else you got going on with it? Oh
man, I've evolved, man, in the years. When I'm doing this, I've been very creative because I'm a creative mind. I was kind of like an artist when I was smaller, kind of growing up. And I lived in different states and cities, man. So I was blessed to kind of pull a little bit of taste from each one. And that's why it's a variety of different things. Like, I mean, you see the hats, you see the hoodie. I even got the joggers. I got tennis shoes that's coming out pretty much in another 7-8 days. So, and just now, and even patches. I'm doing patches now. Like, a lot of the patch stuff is in. I put them on my hats. I put them on the shirts. A lot of people have to have a vibe for that now. Back in the day, I mean, you can remember when you have patches on your jackets and stuff like that, it's like rewards, you know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, it's like almost like Army, like medals to a sense. But
you know what I should use my patches for? Because I wasn't a seamstress or anything. If I tear up something, I'm going to get me a patch immediately. I was just looking at some jeans the other day. I was like, man, I need me some patches. Now it's a fashion statement again, like it used to be, Yeah. So what does your patches look like? Do you have, I'm trying to see if I see any on.
Yeah, actually my patch, I got a hat on now. This is a patch. The logo. All my designs that you see that I was doing, the vinyl designs, I put them in all the patches. And the unique thing about it, once again, Clasiks to me, man, is special because a lot of the things that you may see created, even the designs from probably how the shirts kind of like a different look, just the creative minds are putting this together. And I try to bring out as much as I can, but I like the patches because these we actually make. Like, we don't go to a factory, we don't send it to China. This is something that we pull off our computers and we actually digitize it and go to an embroidery machine and we actually make the patches, like we actually do them. So it makes it more like unique and more customized to me. And that's Clasiks. I mean, Clasiks, as you know, it's special. It's not something that you're going to always see and it's going to last. It's always got that twist to it. So it's never going to go out. It's never going to be duplicated. It's going to be something different that separates yourself from everybody else.
There's a couple of unique things about your product that it was a first for me to see somebody I personally know do it. So there's two things. There's a few things, but there's two things that stick out to me that I really liked about your brand. One was the packaging. When you did the pizza box thing, I was like, man, that is so cool. That was so cool. Now, I thought it was really cool the way they came out with the LeBron shoes, right?
Right.
So I don't know if you got that from your work, because I know you like LeBron.
Yeah, I like LeBron. Yeah.
So I don't know if it was because of, or it was LeBron? It wasn't Michael, right? It was LeBron with the purple shoes, right?
Yeah, it was LeBron.
Yeah, and so when those came out, and then you came out with your pizza box, like, man, that is so unique. So one of the things I like the way your packaging is for that. The other things when you was doing the teddy bears and the popsicles and stuff like that, those are the two things about your brand that stick out to me the most that I really like. And I'll tell you, so I'm gonna tell y'all guys, I like supporting people that I know that's doing things for a purpose. And I know you do a lot of things community related.
The shoes wasn't really necessarily something to come up on as far as money. I really was more excited about me designing the shoe and being able to put it out, because people who gravitated to my shirts and gravitated to the designs, they gravitated to it and it started building up a crowd. So I'm figuring, like, most of the time you build something up big and then you land something that's even bigger.
Right.
People are going to jump in. Now, everybody might say, 200 high, but I mean, people are paying $200, $150, $175 shoes. That's regular now.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But have it custom made, like not sitting on the shelf and hundreds and thousands of them shoes are on the shelf. These are being made as soon as they're ordered, and they're done just like that. Like they're custom made. Like this leather that they're using is not this type of little pleather. This is real solid leather, comfortability, factory made by one of the top factories as far as, even the little district that they're in is known for making big time brands. They do most of the stuff over there. Like, I mean, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that stuff is made in that particular district. So these shoes come out of something that's, not just, and they're not just somewhere that's around the corner or something around. It's really a special deal.
How many different colors of the shoes do you have?
I got this. This is the first promo pair that I made, and the reason I use these colors because these are the signature colors of Clasiks. So I try to just use that and just throw a little twist in it with the strap across the top, because I wanted to kind of still like old school how we used to get the straps to the top, like the Air Ones when they first came out. Everybody like
right.
Thought they was flying off and being in space somewhere, but it's just. I try to keep it that way. But the next one I'm gonna do is probably gonna be like something that you wear like with jeans and a blazer, like, some kind of like different colors that can match with things you might wear with, a button down shirt and something comfortable going out to eat, or even a business meeting, something that's comfortable, because it's gonna feel very comfortable when you put them on. There's definitely gonna be a different feel.
You know what I do appreciate the fact about right now you can just get them in red, black, and white, which is like, I love those. That looks perfect. And it kind of makes you say, okay, well, Classic is coming out with a new color, but not until next year. That makes me just wait and be like, because if you put all the colors out now, you know what I'm saying? It kind of get burnt out like, but you want the Classic so bad. It's like, okay, I'm going to give me a red pair. The new one's not coming out till 2024, right. And then 2023s are going to be this color, you know what I'm saying? And that's like such smart marketing, man. I've watched you do this a little bit at a time when it started out with the shirts. And you know what shirt I wear that people still to this day ask me about every time I have it on? That classic shirt that looks like the Martin Lawrence.
I'd say that.
Every time I wear it, she's like, where'd you get that shirt from? I was like, hey, so it's a friend of mine. He has a clothing line out. So I've been a billboard for you have no idea. Every time I go to the barbershop, every time I wear that shirt, they always ask, where did you get that shirt from? So I got to go down this whole spiel and tell them.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get the shoes and the shirt to match that I got. And I'm aware, and I'm sure, they love your stuff, man.
And even now, what I'm doing, I just thought about this last night. I was like, man, being that this is the promo shoes, and these are like the first original shoes coming out like this, I wanted to probably hit a couple of people that are interested in getting them. You know what I'm saying? Even out of my pocket, just coming saying, hey, I'm going to give you this toward the shoes. So, and I can do discounts and stuff like that as well, just so people can really gravitate and see. When they put them on, it's going to be a whole different story, because it's going to be like, you're not going to see anybody with them. They're patent shoes. Nobody's design. And a lot of people like different things. They don't like to wear everything everybody else is wearing. So, that's me. I've always been like that. That's why another reason I created Clasiks like I did, because I like I like to create different things. I like to wear different things. Like, even like all the shirt and stuff. I catch an eye on something and be like, oh man, people are like that because it's different. It's a different look, a different feel. And I always I had to go through my whole ups and downs of like the type of, material. Just like you were saying about the designs, I had to learn not to throw them all out at one time. I had to kind of introduce them one at a time, that people gravitate to them. And then as I started to get a variety of variety of logos, then I started putting them on the site. So you do have a little variety now, but that's just over the years. I mean, I've been doing this for a minute. So when you created this, can you tell, did you ever have any hard times? Or because some people will look at this and be like, well, he played basketball, so he had a little money already. Or were there any hard times that struggling times with creating this whole thing? Oh yes, majorly. No, okay, let's not get twisted. Yeah, I played basketball. I played in college. I didn't play professionally or nothing like that. But when I came into Clasiks and started kind of getting the mindset of doing something different, and at the time when I was thinking about it, there were different brands or different people wearing shirts with names on them, and to me, it was just kind of like something to just throw on a shirt and hopefully people will buy it. But when I started, I didn't have anything. I really, to be honest with you, I navigated and asked people what are the best ways of doing it. If you say you don't have a budget or you don't have a lot of money, how can you make this dream come true? And is it possible to make a dream come true? And it's always possible. First of all, when you got God, it's always possible. So what I continue to do is that you stay focused on something that you enjoy doing. So I started enjoying doing this. Like I still was working a full-time job. I still was doing other things, but this was like a weekend deal. When I come to the weekend, I'm more excited creating shirts or coming up with different designs and putting it on. I used to run to the mall and get them done, and they'll hit you in the head for a good while. And then I had to start kind of piecing and asking people like, hey, how do you get shirts cheaper at a cheaper rate? How do you get people who have heat pressers? And then they're like, go ahead and invest in one, because that way you don't have to worry about the middleman doing everything. You just gotta get the prints, and then you find somebody that does the prints at a good price. So that's why I said I was blessed to be able to be introduced to certain people that looked at what I was trying to do in the vision and was like, hey, we're not going to hit you like that. We see that you're building something and you're sticking to it, and that's major stuff. So I was like, that's a blessing. That was just God. I stayed determined, but I didn't have no big money. Like I didn't have $10,000, $15,000 sitting in accounts. It was basically just going to take my own money that I was making working and just taking it from a shirt, taking it from an idea to a shirt. And then in the years, and I say this again, years, months and years, you stuck with it and you started to evolve. And that's how Clasiks evolved and started doing T-shirts and hoodies and patches and hats and just trying to put it all together. And I was like, you know what? That's major. So to me, that's why I'm just happy that things have just worked out like they have, and it's been just a blessing.
Well, I can attest for it, because I remember where you started from and to see where you are now. I was so excited about doing this interview. I could think about it because I was in Chicago this past weekend. I was like, I got to get home because I cannot wait to do this interview with Tory, because I'm excited to tell people that I witnessed this man starting from the bottom going to the top. I remember how you was trying to do it. I remember everything about trying to get some T-shirts printed, and then you try to honestly keep them at a price where people can afford it, and that's hard when you're doing the one or two or 15 or 20. It's kind of hard to keep that price down, and people may not understand that, but I get it.
Yeah, and it's just when people, I want people to understand when you see prices, it's not that people are trying to really make a lot of money, because apparel, you're not going to make a lot of money unless you sell in quantities. Right. But I still got to understand how much you put in and invest in it. So you might not see anything coming back, for a while and, turning it over. But the good thing about it, like you said, you be focused on your vision and what you really. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes just the determination to know that it's yours. Right. You did, right. And to see people by, pretty much look and enjoy it and really like it like you and have an interest in it, to me, that's what gravitates me.
I have a personal stake in supporting my own, and I want us to start doing that as people. We really have to do that.
Yeah, I think it's important. You stated that, Alvin. That's very important because, yes, I mean, all of us have Nike, all of us have Puma, all of us have, Polo and all kind of stuff in our closets. But like you said, to be supporting one another is, they came from the support of everyone else. Right. But to support our own, you can see, like, I feel like a lot of our designs, and I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about a lot of other designers, we have a specific type of talent. And some of the things that we create are, our ideas are a little bit more on a higher scale. Like, more people want, when we bring it, like, make a design, everybody's like, oh man, that's tight. But then it's like, you might see a design that's basic, but it's in the bigger stores, and right. People, that's what's his name. So I just want to get it for that name. Right. Design isn't all that great. So it's like, to me, like, looking at the designs, especially as African Americans, and to be honest, I was taking a class at one point. It was entrepreneurship, African American entrepreneurship, and it was just saying, where back in the day, our ideas and creations and the things that we were able to put together were so far ahead that it was trying, they were trying to take credit for it, for all the doing. And sometimes at point they wouldn't allow it to keep happening because they know in a while it would surpass what they were doing, because they're just, their mindset and their creativity is not as like ours. Right. We have activities as Blacks, man. We create a lot of things in meals and
all day long, man. We are creative people.
We are creative people.
So I want to encourage people to support you, because I know what you do beyond what they see now.
Yeah.
So I never forget about that. Anytime I see your stuff, I always think about, they think this man just does this, but there's other things you do that really help. They make a difference in the community, and I know what you do.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of the things I like to do is give back. So, I might give some shirts out during the holiday seasons, and I might just go downtown and I'll just hand them out. It's not something that I'm sitting there trying to like feel like, oh, he's just trying to get more people to get his stuff. I'm like, nah, that's just something I can give back to, and it's something that I try to work on a mentoring program that's on my website for teens. Okay. Working in the wild for many years, I was running the teen program, so just understanding the values, teaching them entrepreneurship, letting them know that their dreams aren't far-fetched. Like, what I'm saying, it's not like you need a whole lot, but you definitely need to believe in it and stick with it. So I'm working on the mentoring piece with the kids. And also, like I said, giving back out. I work for the mental health agency, so I tend to take a lot of my creativity and some of the things that I do in my clothing and be positive and mental health, because it really is one of those things, positivity really goes a long way. That depression can kick in, and you never know what people are going through, especially after the pandemic. There's a lot of people still recovering, and will be recovering for a long time. And it's just like being more positive, to wear something that's a meaning something good, or something you can flip back and say, oh man, I remember back in the day, and we listened to classic clothes and classic records, and we ate classic and all that kind of stuff, and some of the old stuff is coming back now and dressing wise. So we lived all that. Right. So it's like I'm back again, but just put, like I said, with mine, it's a little twist, but it's kind of like I put all that into it. But I'll say I'm trying to put it all into it and not let people forget about it.
So it reminds me there's a song that reminds me of you. It's Stevie Wonder sings about looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
He said, I wish those days could come back once again. I wish those days would ever have to end. And when I honestly always do think about you when I hear that song. I don't know why. It just comes to my head because you always try to hold on to the great days of what it used to be and how it can still be today,
Oh, yeah. being well rounded. Like I tell the clients that I work with, and even teens and people in general, you know, you get opportunity to go places and leave out your specific communities that you may have been in. If you get a chance, you know, do it. Just try to broaden your horizons, you know what I'm saying? And just be able to understand, like, there's other places, visit.
Yeah.
Like, I was fortunate to grow up in different places. My parents would move different places, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, California. So I just got to be able to be in different climates and different places in the world. And that actually helped me shape with Clasiks. Like, I was doing stuff. I was skateboarding and surfing before Black people even looked at getting in the water. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things. It's just like I was doing it way back early 80s, you know. And the thing is like I was just around a group of people that, you know, they didn't look at my skin. They didn't look at me being different. They just looked at me as a friend and somebody that you know, we all hang together. So it was different. And so, you know.
You got my engineer hyped over here. I think he's relating to what you're saying because he's over there nodding and hitting on the table and stuff. But look, I want to tell you, man, that the other thing I appreciate, all that stuff you was exposed to, you never forgot your people. That's a good example of reaching back and getting your own people. Now, I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I know we got to wrap this up. Tori's going to come to the studio hopefully soon, and we're going to talk about mental health and stuff like that, and then there's other nonprofit and all the other things he has going on. Tory, is there social media stuff you can give them, let them know how to reach out to you?
Yeah. I have a IG, which is at Clasiks2. Definitely go in there, check it out, follow the page. I always put like all kind of different pictures in there with, you know, a couple new entertainers, people I might have linked up with, or new products that's coming out. And I also got the website, which is www.clasiks.com. And everything's on there. You'll see stuff that's, you know, I'm pretty sure you'll like kids. Like, I got stuff for kids, teens, everybody, elders, everybody can get it. It's Clasiks. It's no age limit on it.
So everybody can get it. So
everybody can get it.
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all watch, share, and follow. Make sure you go out and buy some Clasic wear, please, y'all. I'm telling you, because I try to tell y'all the whole reason why you should support this man, because it's really about the Clasiks for real, and that's helping everybody, you know.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thank you all for watching and trying success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. We're out.